Arg, how are ye this morning, time pirates? We are here. Alicia and I are like, but we're here. So, after the Hyper Wednesday, I have the Exhausted Thursday. I have not taken my meds yet, though, so I do need to do that.
I mean, I'm physically here. I cannot confirm nor deny that I'm here mentally.
I'm out. I'm so tired this morning of getting up, putting on my shoes to go outside and stuff. And it's so funny because I'm like, and Cora's like, yay! She's like, yeah, let's go.
You're like,
exactly.
zombie mode.
She's like, come on, Mom, let's go. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
I can totally wait. So give me 5 minutes.
But I'm out there walking, right? And I'm like, I don't know how I'm supposed to convert to running in the morning.
Right.
Because I'm not getting up any earlier. 6 is plenty early enough. And so I'm not quite awake. I'm afraid I'm gonna fall. So I don't know how to
get past it.
Yep.
No pun intended, but one step at a time.
Well, I got that part down. So turns out you can walk 1.5 miles and still not be awake. I mean, I was awake by the end, right?
I get that.
Yeah, but I'm gonna need more time because by the time I get back into now, I have a little bit more time,
right?
Because I'm able to watch the news before I start. So I have about 22 minutes is usually about how long the news is that I watch. So I have 22 minutes. So I guess I could go on a longer walk. You know what I mean? So maybe just give me some time to wake up and then run.
I wonder if I close my blinds. Yeah. Because if I go like this, it almost looks like you can't see. I might have to close the blinds.
It's been like that all week, though. So I don't know. The sun changing directions, maybe.
Well, this is like the top of my laptop. So that I'm wondering, because the sun is so bright from the pool side, that you're not really able to see me with the light here. I will test it out with the first sprint.
That's right. We shall test. Plus, you have some pretty books to show us on the first break, don't you?
I do.
Yay. So we wait that'll be our reward for being productive for the first 30 minutes. Let's see who we have in chat. We have Molly. Good morning, Molly. Molly says, "Woot, I be first."
And in true pirate fashion, right. I be first.
Right. I love it. Swank says, "Howdy, everybody. Howdy, Swank. Good to see you this morning. Happy Gin and Tonic Day. Nice. Happy Chicken Little Awareness Day." Does that mean we should all be looking at the sky? And happy Unicorn Day. Oh, I like that one. The cruise. I was looking at the schedule yesterday, and they have every day is a different try this liquor day. Like one day is rum day, one day is tequila day, one day is whiskey day. I was like, well, too bad I don't drink anymore. I can't. None of these.
Right.
If I was in my drinking era, though, that would have been definitely things I would partake in. And Swank is throwing shade. She says that Molly's first only because it took her longer to type. Shade has been thrown. Molly says, Swank says, girl, hit that like button. That's right. Hit the like button. That's right. Do it. Molly says, I did, lady. I will be celebrating Unicorn Day. Not sure how yet, but I shall do it. Yeah, I found all the likes don't show up unless you refresh. That's what happens with me. Half the time I'm actually first, right? So I'm on there and I hit the thing and it says 1, and it says 1 the entire time. But when I go to YouTube, it shows there a bunch of people did like it. And we have Mel Melly in this morning. Good morning. Nice to see you bright and early today.
I know.
And she says, good morning, Kelly Cal. Good morning, Alicia. Hey, Zwank. Molly says, I have found that the like button total is not always accurate. YouTube is so stupid. Yeah. And Zoink says, hi, Mel. It just doesn't refresh everything. It's trying not to use so much bandwidth is what it's trying to do, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't refresh all the things is what it does. And Mel says, hey, Molly. Molly says, hiya, Mel. Annette says, hello, everyone. Good afternoon, Annette. How are you on this fine day? I'm a little chilly. I didn't grab my blanket, but now I think I'm going to have to. And Molly says, hi, Annette. Mel says, hey, Annette. And Allie joined us. Good morning, Allie. How is your reading coming along of the Anne of Green Gables series? Still reading Rainbow Valley by Ella Montgomery. Excellent. Is that the last book? I have no idea how many books are in it. Molly says, Allie. And Annette says, hey, Molly, Mel, Zwank. Hope everyone is having a good day. Swing says, Alicia, sorry I missed the 100 pages sprints. I just couldn't stomach any more PMP yesterday. Yeah, Alicia and I were having the same problem, but that's okay. We're almost done. And then we have 6 of Crows.
Yes. I mean, I'm not gonna
This
lie.
is like taking our medicine. We're just, doing what we should do, as good readers, and we're gonna finish this off, and then bam, we'll be 6 of Crows.
Yeah. Yep. The language is getting to me.
Yep.
In Pride and Prejudice.
The funny thing is that the characters in the plot are not that different from so many other things I read. So I think that part is funny that, 200 years later, that part hasn't changed. The writing has changed a lot. The way we tell stories has changed a lot.
I need this to be a modernized version.
Well, there's plenty of those, right? So, yeah, I think it's,
I know.
I think it's funny.
I should find
And Mel
one.
says, I'm sorry.
I said I should find one to read and compare it.
You just need to watch Bridgerton, I'm telling you. Mel says, still reading Immortal Dark, but putting it down for the first sprints to read The Blue Book of Nesbo by Manon Stefan Ross. I read that book. Nesbo? Maybe I didn't read. I don't remember the Nesbo part. Hold on. Let's see.
The Blue Book of Nesbo?
It's the one where the world comes to an end. It's in Wales, right? Like it's translated from Welsh.
I don't know.
Yep. Yeah, Dylan was 6 when the end came. That was actually an interesting book. Only because it was short. If it was long, I would have been like, that's enough. But I actually enjoyed this one. I can't remember. Did I give it a 4-star? Yeah, I did. I gave it a 4-star. So I'd be interested to see what you think. Because this one was originally, it's funny, it doesn't say translated on here, but it was originally written in Welsh and it was translated into English. So that's funny. Yeah, it's got the original title down there. So it's funny. It doesn't list the translator up top. Well, maybe that's because she might have translated it herself. Maybe that's why it doesn't list the translator. But yep, that one was translated. I bought it at a store that specializes in translated books. Like everything they had was translated. And Amel says, still reading Immortal Dark, but putting it down for the first sprint to read the Blue Book of Ness. Oh, I just read that. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Since it just came in from Libby and is relatively short. Yeah, it was pretty short. Molly says, can you transition to fast walking before you go full out running? No, because I already fast walk for me. And I'm not running, right? I'm jogging, and my jogging is not that much faster than my running, yet it takes an enormous amount more energy and focus. But it's a start, right? But I use so much more energy when doing it. But if you'd asked me, 8 months ago, if I could get up at 6 o'clock and go for a walk every day, I would have been like, no way, no fucking way, right? And I'm doing it. So I'm sure I will get there. I'm just not there yet. I probably need to go to bed earlier, and I'm just having trouble doing that. I have been sleeping better this week, though. Or not this week, really. The last 2 days. Yeah, my little fuggler did not wake up in the middle of the night and bite my face. So he let me sleep.
These things are wild.
I love it. I want the kitty cat ones. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, I think I named him too. I think his name is Stuart.
Stuart.
I don't know why. I think that's his name. Nope, go back. And Swank says, "Hola, Annette." And hi, Allie. Mel says, "Reading it for the prompt of a book under 150 pages on the Read Your Library bingo board." Nice, nice, nice. Libby's your library. It totally counts. I love that. Molly says, "Speaking of new stuff, I broke down and bought the Stitch bundle at Happy Planner." Oh, they gotcha. They gotcha, Molly. And Mel says, "Hey, Allie." And Annette says, "Currently reading Belonging to the Air by Avery Irons, a queer coming of age story set in 1920s and 30s in Harlem." Ooh, that sounds fun. Molly says, "Sounds good, Annette." Annette says, "It is, Molly." Allie says, "There are 8 books in the series, so one more after this one is finished." Oh, you're so close, Allie. So close. Mel says, "I'm so excited for Six of Crows." Me too. I think. Are you excited for Six of Crows?
It's gonna probably be better than Pride and Prejudice.
Probably.
I can't say for sure because I've never read it.
It's at least written in the modern tongue.
This is true.
Let's see. And Molly says, "My PNP version must be modernized because I'm not struggling with the language." Oh, it must be then. Yeah, because this language is tough.
Oh my god. It's excruciating.
Yeah, I mean, it's not reading Shakespeare, but it's because people don't talk like this. Sometimes I have to stop and read the sentence again. I'm like, "Wait, what?" I'm like, "Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, the audiobook, I have it at 1.85. So.
Oh, you slowed it down?
No, I sped it up. I was at 1.5.
Oh, there's no way. I can't.
I was just I just need to hurry up and get through this.
I would not even be paying attention at that speed. It would just be noise in my head. Swank, when I hear Blue Book and I think of cars. I can see that. I mean, that tracks. Alicia, you look like you have Morticia lighting. That's right, where it's just the light
Morticia
right here.
lighting.
Yeah, they used to do that with women in the 60s. They always did that. They would put this light right here. I mean, women with their makeup still highlight the eyes, right? Like it's the same kind of effect.
I don't.
Allie says, "Hi, Zwink." And Mel says, "LOL, she does, Zwink. It looks pretty cool."
It's just weird because of the lighting that comes this way and then that way. And then if I try to go like this, then it's like you can't see because of my laptop. It's very weird lighting. I don't know how it's... I don't know. I'm not awake enough.
Molly says 99 cents well spent for P&P. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You can't get them cheap. And I still can say I checked it off. And I got a pretty copy that I will keep and put on my thing just because it's pretty. Because I earned it reading this thing, just for the record. This was earned.
Very much.
I'm keeping it.
I don't know if I'll keep mine. I've had it long enough.
Well, yours isn't pretty, so I get that.
No, mine is not. Mine was also
more as the days are continuing. I'm gonna have to go to the doctor. I don't want to.
Your what hurts? Your wrist?
Yeah, from falling. It's getting worse. Like just now, just holding that book with this hand, it just pain all the way through.
Oh.
Yeah, it's getting worse, not better. That's just great. It's just great. Well, I don't have time. It's gonna have to wait and talk to the cruise.
They'll probably just give you like a brace or something.
No, they'll have to do an X-ray or an MRI or something to see what's wrong with it. They'll start with X-ray. They're cheaper, and then they'll get more complicated if they can't find anything.
Oi.
Yeah. I mean, if I just need a brace, I can just go get one at CVS. Do you see what I mean?
Right. Yeah, but that'll at least stabilize it, wouldn't it?
I suppose I could just, deal with the pain. That's what I'm choosing to do. And not lift anything with this hand. No problem.
I mean, we have painkillers for that.
Do we? I mean, we do. Yes,
I don't know. Do you?
Here's the problem, though, because I'm not taking ibuprofen anymore. And ibuprofen helps with the swelling, so I'm only taking Tylenol. The problem is Tylenol doesn't do dick for swelling. And a whole bunch of our pain is swelling. So, I I mean, I was eventually going to need carpal tunnel anyways, or carpal tunnel surgery anyways. So maybe this just, exacerbated a problem that already existed. That would make more sense.
Oy.
Mel says, what would you guys rate P&P at this moment?
2. No, just kidding.
I'm pretty much the same, but I will probably give it a 3 just because it was written in 1813. I consider those things. Like I used to with indie authors, I usually give them a little more leeway than I do traditionally published, because traditionally published had this huge team of people, and I'm like, really? And you couldn't get it right? And when they're indie, they're doing the best they can with whatever their finances were, how many people they have, so I tend to do that. Classics, I tend to give a little more leeway to, because, I'm not reading them in the time they were written. So
this is true.
And considering how much, again, all of these tropes are still used today, that's pretty impressive longevity. Pretty impressive. So, because my number one problem with it is the way it's written, not what is written. Do you see what I mean? So, and this is pretty modern writing for 1813. Just not for 2026.
The back of this book makes me giggle.
What's it say?
It says, in Pride and Prejudice, especially, Austen appeals to modern readers' nostalgia for a world of social, moral, and economic stability, but one where characters are free to make their own choices and pursue their heart's desires. The formal civility, the carefully prescribed manners, and sexual and social restraint set against a backdrop of village community, stately manor houses, and an English landscape devoid of industrial turmoil and the brisk pace of modern technology. These are a welcome escape for today's reader. Are they?
Yes, if they were written in a way we could understand, except I have a very, I'd like to put forth that financial stability is exactly what they don't have.
Yes.
That's a big theme of the book. I'm like, what do you mean financial stability? This is not, sure, Mr. Darcy has financial stability. But almost everybody else. Almost no one else in this book does. And the main crux of the whole thing is, you got to marry or you're going to starve to death. I have a problem with the finance. A man wrote the back of that book, just for the record.
You can tell that this was published back in the day.
Yeah, a man wrote that. Annette, I think I was maybe 12 or 13 the first time I read Pride and Prejudice, and I've read it several times since, but I've read a lot of classics, so I don't remember having an issue with the language. Yeah, I'm having an issue with me. And let me be clear. I don't mean I am having trouble understanding what is being said all the time.
Yeah.
It's not just the language, it's also the writing style. That's the biggest problem. So the writing style has us very, very far away from the characters, which is probably why he's thinking financial stability, because quite frankly, this kind of book can be interpreted in so many different ways because we're so far away from the characters and because things are skipped so much. That we have no idea what happened between this and this, and probably because nothing happened. It was a much slower paced kind of lifestyle they were living. And I don't mean everyone at that time. There were plenty of tailors and bakers and all that lived crazy, busy lives, right? Always working, but not these people, right? These people did not. They had very leisurely lives. I mean, come on, the older sister can go live with the aunt for, months and not even see Mr. Bingley, right? I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? How are you not dying of boredom?
This was a part of the introduction that was introduced by Carol Howard.
Well, a woman, that could be a man, but also a woman entrenched in the male world, because the editors in the early 1900s all the way through the 80s, they had to be like men. Otherwise, they wouldn't even be in their position. And most of them were editing men. So I still say man wrote it.
Patriarchal societies.
Yep. Yeah, so it's the style of the writing that is getting it more than anything. Swank, because the big words and stuff, I like that. I love reading books with big words because then I can remember them. Because the more you're exposed to them, the more your vocabulary grows. I like that part.
I have to look them up sometimes.
Yeah, I do sometimes too. But not really. I'm not looking them up in Pride and Prejudice because I don't need to. So I'm just hearing them again, the ones that I don't remember exactly what they mean. And the ones that I do remember, I'm like, oh yeah, I should, why don't I use that word? That word's great. That kind of thing. So that I like that part. But I don't, just the way it's written. Swank says 3.
3?
Yeah.
What is 3?
I have no idea.
Oh, she's saying the rating.
Oh, 3. Yes, thank you. Thank you for remembering. Yes. And Ren joined us. Good afternoon, Ren. Hello, everyone, she says. And Swank says, get a brace to use on the cruise. Yes,
See?
yes, fine. Swank, Alicia. Yes, moms. I mean, y'all aren't wrong. I just don't need one more thing to go do. We do have to go to the grocery store. Maybe I'll see if they have one. And if they don't, I'm not getting one. Mel says, Ren. And Molly says, a brace is not a bad idea. Okay, all right, you guys. Ren says, listening to Air of Fire and getting work done. Ren says, hey, Mel. And Annette says, hi, Ren. And Molly says, the chatters have spoken, Kelly. Get a brace. I'll look for one, okay? That's all you get. Thank you for looking out for me. I appreciate it. And Swank says, hi, Ren. And Molly says, hi, Ren. And Ren says, I came... I really wish it wouldn't do that.
Mid-wrist.
Yeah, why does it do that? I came in mid-wrist talk. Are we discussing carpal tunnel? Not on purpose, but probably. My wrist still hurts from when I fell. So, and everything else is healing and everything else is great, but it's getting worse. And I was like, that it shouldn't be getting worse. Ren says, oh, lucky guess. Hey, Molly. Hey, Annette. And hey, Swink. Molly says, I would rate it 3 because, yuck, I'm not in high school anymore. I see why they don't read this in high school, though. What's the point? It's a romance, right? So people are like, oh, romance, they have no worth. And it really is a romance. All the same tropes, all the same. This is a contemporary, it was a contemporary romance of its time. And it's using the same dang tropes our contemporary romances use now.
Yep.
And Allie says, I'm allergic to ibuprofen. So if I have swelling issues, it's super frustrating, right? Exactly.
Ugh.
Exactly. So, and I'm not allergic, but I'm trying to save my liver at this point. So no ibuprofen. And I'm so used to, it solves so many problems. I cannot communicate how many problems it solves. Just, I don't need anything stronger. Mel says, I'm the same way regarding indie authors. They tend to get more grace from me. Yep. Same. They get more grace from me as well. Molly says, I wonder if there is such a thing as an ice pack that attaches to your wrist. I don't know. I can't tolerate that hot, cold thing. Plus, that's a temporary fix, right? This is getting worse. But the brace is a legit idea. I mean, it's fair. Annette says, on an Austen-ish note, I'm absolutely loving the Other Bennett Sister TV adaptation. Oh, really? After I read this book, I want to watch the Lizzie Bennet journals or whatever, the thing that's on YouTube. But there's a whole bunch of these other things. I've never seen any Pride and Prejudice adaptations. I'm completely unfamiliar with this story except what is, in the zeitgeist. So I'm excited to finish this, to do this. So this is also for me, which is why I'm having an easier time getting through it than most of you are, as in making myself read it, is because there's so much more I want to do with it. And I really like reading the original first.
Yeah.
So there's more to it than just enjoying reading for me, right? Because if I was just reading this for fun, no. But there's so many other reasons to read it, in my opinion. Mel says duct tape and a bag of frozen peas. There you go, Mel. That's how we used to do it, right? That's right. If I'd done that on the brand new injury, yes. Molly says, laughs at Mel. Yes, that's true. Zwank says, yes, you can get braces that have removable hot cold pack. Oh, there you go. See, then you get all the above. Duct tape rocks. Duct tape does rock. Molly, they did their stitch work, Kelly.
Stitch work? For
Who
what?
did the stitch work? Swank says they say that Gen Z is into granny crafts and books. Yep, they are. I have 2 Gen Zers and they both are. Molly says Mel's talking about pee. Oh, she deleted it, so she didn't. So there you go. Mel says someone described PMP as people going to one house and talking, then going to another house and talking, then sitting in a carriage and talking, then going to another house and talking. That is
pretty much
a very apt description.
They like to gossip in this book.
But again, what the are they doing? I could not have survived this world.
No.
I can't sit still that long. I don't know how they
wear.
No, I mean the dresses are fun. But I don't know. I'm bored out of my freaking mind. There's no way I could have survived. But let's face it, I wouldn't have been anyone with money anyways. I would have been, in the bakery baking, working all the time. I would have been, you know what I mean? I would have been working. So there's this life would never have been mine. And Molly says, yep, seems right. Amazon, she who is so stubborn. And for the brace, yeah, sorry. They're all telling me I need to get a brace. Yeah. What, you got the things all done? Oh, okay. Yeah, might as well get them done. He's printing the bookmarks for the cruise. Just don't hand them to me in this hand because I can't hold anything with it.
So pretty. I see so many.
There we go. 1 or 2 bookmarks.
1 or 2.
Love it. And Ren agrees with the chat. Brace. We have to see if we have a brace when we go to the grocery store. It's really bad. Like when I picked up just this book, it like gave out on me. I'm like, it's supposed to be getting better, not worse. Ren says the brace will be annoying, but they say it's good for you. And here's the thing. It's got to be something I'm doing in my sleep because it's worse in the morning than the rest of the day. So if I could just wear the brace when I'm sleeping, I might be able to, do you see what I mean? Help it heal.
Right.
So it's something I'm doing when I'm sleeping. The way I'm sleeping on it, something. It is worse every morning. And by the end of the day, I barely notice it. Ren says, does Voltaren not work for swelling as well? I don't know what Voltaren is. Molly says, oh, I have read at least 2 PMP retellings, so maybe that's part of why I'm not struggling to understand. I already know the story. Yeah, that could definitely be part of it. Ren says, very accurate for Gen Z. Yep. Because that's you too, right, Ren? Aren't you Gen Z? Do you have granny hobbies? Well, you're reading a ton of books. That's almost a granny hobby.
Reading and cross-stitch, pretty much. Voltaren is a non-steroid anti-inflammatory that treats pain and inflammation. It is widely used as a topical gel that you can put on and it'll help.
Wait, and that just says ibuprofen is predominantly metabolized by the kidney and relatively kind to the liver. Tylenol and acetaminophen are actually harder on the liver. What? How did I have this wrong my whole life? Because if I can go back to ibuprofen, you just saved me. Because I even bought a thing of Tylenol and I'm like, ugh.
Ta-da! All your problems are solved. Just
I know.
like chat.
Who needs a brace? I'm going right back to ibuprofen, man. I'm telling you, man. That stuff is the way to go. Lindsay says, sorry, I'm not joining in today as it's hubby's birthday, so we're off and playing computer games. Oh, you go and have a ball, Lindsay. Happy birthday to hubby. And thanks for stopping by, but you go have fun. Go have fun for all of us.
Happy birthday to the hubby. Have fun. Today is Lorelai's birthday as well.
Yes. Oh, that's right. It is Lorelai's birthday. Happy birthday, Lorelai. Molly says stitch work context. Leisurely people did stitch work in the downtime. Well, we're not seeing them doing stitch work. We're not seeing them do anything. That's part of the problem with the book. You see what I mean? Yeah, we're not actually getting their life. Like what they, now in the they don't seem to have servants in the Bennett household.
No.
So they have to be cleaning and cooking too. Because I haven't seen servants. Unless again she's ignoring the servants, right? Because they did that a lot back then too.
There's a lot of things that are not mentioned.
Yeah, there's a lot of things left out. Which is part of my problem with the book. Ren, books and granny stuff are at least affordable hobbies. True. Ren, and they are fun. Yes, they are. Molly says, Lindsay, have fun. And Mel says, happy birthday to your hubby. Have fun, Lindsay. Molly says, Voltaren would work, but it is also NSAID, just like ibuprofen. Because our doctors told us wrong. I thought same as you, Kelly. Okay. Well, my doctor didn't tell me that. It's what I thought. So something else told me that. Ren says Voltaren is usually like a gel. Not sure. Oh, it's a gel. So that's what you looked up, Alicia. Is that what you did?
Yeah, I looked up.
I didn't know what you were. I didn't know what you were describing because Zafo came in. And I got distracted. Gotcha. You were describing that.
Mhm.
Not sure if it'll have the same effect as ingesting it. It really matters what is wrong, right? So I should
Yeah.
go to the doctor to at least figure out what is wrong, and I don't really know, right? And Annette says a little friendly advice from your resident pharmacist. That's awesome, Annette. Thank you so much. Oh, you a pharmacist? Well, good. Then I'm not even going to have to look it up and second guess you. I'm done. Done. I'm going back to ibuprofen. You just made my life easier. Mel says, happy birthday to Lorelai. And Ren says, happy birthday to the Lindsay's hubby and darling Lorelai. Annette says, oh, happy birthday, Lorelai. And Lindsay also says, happy birthday, Lorelai. And Ren says, yep, I'm Gen Z. Yep, there you go. I figured because you were in school that was the logical. Logical. Zwang says, I'm Jen Jones. You're just going to choose one? I'm whatever Jen I want to be. Allie says, happy birthday to Lorelai. Awesome. All right.
I'm gonna write these all down so that I can.
I know you got to take like a screenshot or something so she can see them.
Yeah.
Molly says, what about a liver is already damaged, like with fatty liver disease, which I have? Yeah, that's what I've got too. Well, I'm not officially diagnosed with the disease because my enzymes are pretty stable, but I do have fatty liver. But I mean, if she says it's harder on the kidneys, not the liver, it doesn't matter if it's right. So the liver's not the one doing the work. So I love that. And Paula, just in time, right before our sprints. We're about to go to our first sprint. Good to see you, Paula. Good afternoon. Paula says, hi, Kelly, Alicia, and chat. And that says, yes, I'm a pharmacist in real life. Sweet. Done. I'm going back to ibuprofen. I didn't even throw it away because I just couldn't. But in my little bottle, I have Pepsid because I need my antacid, whatever the generic Pepsid is. Famotidine and and ibuprofen because those are the two things I need all the time. So I emptied the ibuprofen and I put in Tylenol. Now I'm getting rid of the Tylenol and putting back in ibuprofen. Oh, I love you, chat. Thank you so much. Mel says, hey, Paula Love. And Paula says, happy birthday, Lorelai. And Molly says, hi, Paula. And Paula says, hey, Mel, sweetie. And Alicia put in Paula's Maker's. Talk about granny hobbies, right? There you go. We got the Maker's Quest going on right there. Allie says hi to Paula. And Zwink says, Jen Jones is 55 to 65. I think everyone has fatty livers this day. Actually, fatty liver is incredibly common in America at this point. It's like, I can't even, I don't remember what the percent is, but it was really high. And that's for non-drinkers too. So it's not just a drinking thing. But I did stop drinking at this point. So, but I can go back to ibuprofen. Ugh.
You're like,
right.
yes.
I cannot tell you how grateful I am. And Paula says, hey, Molly babe. And Swank says, hi, Paula. And Paula says, hey, Allie. All right. On that note, we're going to go on our first sprint. Breakfast. And I am going to be, I think I'm going to read because I need to finish this arc I have since the book came out Tuesday. So I'm feeling really guilty and I got to get it done. I'm not sure how to rate it though, since that's the one that feels like a romance, but it's a murder mystery, but it's a romance, but I'm so confused. Here we go. And there is our first sprint. I got to 75% and Murder at Cinnamon Falls. How'd you do, Alicia?
I ate breakfast. I had 2 of the eggs, so I now have like a green patch here, and then my fingers are orange.
There you go. There you go. They'll get you every time. I'll eat the last of the deviled eggs today, and they will all be gone.
That's what I'm trying to do. That's why I increased it, because I was just doing 1 a day, but I was like, man, these are going to go bad before I can eat them all. And I'm the only one eating them, so I had to increase it to 2.
Makes sense to me.
I'll see if my daughter wants one later, because if not, then we just gonna plow through them.
Make them count. Make them count.
Right?
Let's see. Ren also said, Granny hobby, all of us wearing glasses. We are just missing some walking sticks. My son does wear glasses and refuse contacts. My daughter wears contacts, so makes her feel more confident. Allie says, be careful with Pepcid. It's hard on your bones. Oh, I read that one. Swank says, I cut down on drinking. I just do it on certain holidays. That's where I was at before. But after this last attack, when I called off sprints and my daughter almost dragged me to the hospital, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to drink it all anymore. It's just not worth it. Not for me. I'm going to miss it on the cruise. I'll tell you that. But it's just not worth it. And Annette says, Molly, I'd be cautious, low dose and short term, unless under medical supervision with regular blood work if you need to take it long term for the ibuprofen. She's talking. And Allie says, you're welcome. And Allie, no reading during first sprint, but I did manage to get dressed at least. That counts. That's an accomplishment.
Nope.
Ren says, so like I just watched TikToks and took meds. I mean, you need that half hour too. And Molly says, I'm in chapter 52 of the dreaded P&P. Yeah, I probably should be reading Pride and Prejudice, but I don't want to. I'll read more. I'll read and catch up tomorrow. But I really need to finish this book. And I'll finish my audiobook when I do dishes because I only have 45 minutes left in that one. Molly says, egg salad time, Alicia? Yeah, that's what I would do with a bunch of boiled eggs too. Egg salad, yummy, yummy.
You don't know how to make egg salad.
You chop up the eggs and you put in mayonnaise and mustard and salt and pepper. Ta-da, egg salad.
Oh.
Now, if you have celery, it's really yummy to chop up some celery in there. And I actually like to add some celery seed to mine. And there's 1,000 things you can do. But the very simple, just plain old, this is egg salad, is just chop up the eggs, mayonnaise, and mustard.
Oh.
Salt and pepper. To taste.
Did not know that.
Yep. Yep. It's an old standby. But again, I'm the only one who eats that one too. So my family will eat, my son and daughter will eat deviled eggs. My husband won't eat eggs at all. But neither of them will eat egg salad. I'm like, it's the same thing, except you put it between bread. I don't understand. What's the problem? Just be careful with the mayonnaise because you don't need nearly as much mayonnaise as you think you do.
Is it like a little goes a long way?
Exactly.
Okay.
And Mel is 78% into the Blue Book of Nebo. Yeah, I know. It's heartbreaking. That book is, I don't know, there was something about it. I think it's because it was so short that it worked for me. I had a lot of emotions going in. And Molly said, not P&P, shaming you, Kelly. I just really want to get it done. Yeah, I get you.
Me too, but I'm going with the schedule.
Yeah, it's all good. Mel says, I love a good egg salad sandwich. Me too. And I do like celery in it. And if you, I mean, I like to make mine fancy too if I have the stuff. Like I like putting pimentos in it too. But that just might be the South in me. But seriously, for the first time you make it, just make it plain and boring. And then decide what you want to do with it from there.
Okay.
And then either you have it as a sandwich, right? Or I will eat it with like wheat thins sometimes. Ren says, I like to add some lettuce to my egg salad sandwich. There you go. I mean, it'd be good just in lettuce as a lettuce wrap too. Yeah, in America, we call things salad if they have mayonnaise in it. That's because mayonnaise was salad dressing. That's what it was invented for at the beginning. When the French invented it, it was salad dressing. And so in America, somehow we switched over, like potato salad. It's not salad. but there's mayonnaise in it, right? One thing after another that's called salad is called that because of the mayonnaise in it. It's just one of the odd American things. Every country has odd things, and that's one of ours.
Yep.
And that's like, who doesn't love a good egg salad sandwich? I just had a tuna melt. Ooh, I love tuna melts too. Ooh. Every time I make them at home, though, they're so messy, but I love them.
Hi, Kitty.
That's another thing you have to be careful. Like, you don't want to put too much mayonnaise in it. Because you're like, it doesn't need as much mayonnaise as you think.
He does just like Ralphie does. Tries to cuddle you right next to your neck.
Yeah, that's what he likes. He only does this to me, though, so.
Yep. Ralphie only does it to me.
I know.
Ralphie looks at me. What?
He's like, what? We get to cuddle? I'm totally coming.
Ralphie.
Ralphie. Let's see. Yeah, see, you can cut up some of the eggs and make them in potato salad too. I put eggs in my potato salad. Most people do. And Mel says, way to go, Swank. Swank says, I made deviled eggs macaroni salad. Oh, that would be yum too. You could also chop it up and put it in macaroni salad. There's lots of things you do with boiled eggs. Molly says, I use my potato salad dressing, which of course includes sugar. You've got that Southern put sugar in everything, Molly. I think it's funny. I have the more German, I put vinegar in everything. Mel says, I haven't had a tuna melt in a long time. And I know, now I want one. I did have a BLT yesterday. Remember I was going to go get the Eggs Benedict on the crab patty?
Right.
The crab cake, but they didn't have crab cake. They didn't have that anymore. They just had one that would go on salmon and spinach. And I was like, but that's not what I want. And so I was looking at the menu and I just got a BLT instead. And it was really good.
Is it not in season, the crab?
I don't know. Maybe it's just too expensive and they took it off the menu because it's not on the menu. So I'm like, well, dang it. Hey, you have a lump right here. What is that, kitty? What is that lump? Is that a scar from you fighting with the other kitty? Yeah. They hate each other. And Annette's like, oh, kitty. Mel's like, oh, baby need a hug. Yep, he definitely is saying, give me hugs. I want some love. Spank says, I like onions in mine and use Triscuits. Yeah, onions are good in it too if you want onions. Like I said, I would make it plain and then decide how you want to doctor it up. Ren says, I've been craving sandwiches all week. A couple days ago, Corey had the most glorious club sandwich. Oh, I almost got a club sandwich. I was so close. I was like, nah, I think I just want a BLT. Someone get some chata bread stack. That's right. That works with egg salad too. Spank says, oh, pretty kitty. He is pretty. He's broken though. Like his back, when you hit the cat, they have that nerve at the base of their tail that just makes their butt go up.
Yeah.
He doesn't. It doesn't work. I know. So I don't know if he was injured when he was a kitten or what happened. His doesn't do it. He sits funny too. So he had some kind of injury in his back area.
Ah.
I know, because he doesn't have that reflex. Mel says, y'all are making me want a sandwich. I need to go to grocery store. I need to go grocery shopping later. Yep. I'm telling you. Zwank says, Ren. Drooling. That sounds delicious. And then it says, going to make coffee and finish my book in the next sprint. Yay! Let's see. I'm not gonna finish it in the next sprint, unfortunately, but I'm gonna get close. Chata bread is the best, Mel says. I do like good chata. But I think I like ciabatta. I'm not even saying it right. I like a good ciabatta bread. I had to not look at the word to say it right. I like a good ciabatta bread. I like focaccia better though. But I've been eating my what was left of my son's challah bread, and it's really good. It's nothing like homemade bread, man. But it also spoils fast. You got to eat it now because there's no preservatives in it,
Mm-hmm.
Molly says a salad is defined as a mixture of small pieces of food, typically raw leafy greens, vegetables, fruits, pasta, or protein, usually served cold and bound together with a dressing. There you go. Molly says, Ren, catch. Man, that's a good throw, Molly. You can get it all the way from Indiana to South Africa. I mean, that's impressive. Ren says red onions and me are basically the same thing. I do love me some red onions are the only onions I like raw. I don't like white onions raw. And I don't like yellow onions raw, but I like red onions raw. My husband has been making this quick pickle with English cucumbers and red onions, and it's so good. Eating them by the handful. Food you don't have to feel guilty about and still taste really good. Ren says, thanks, Molly. Ren says, the bakery is getting kind of pricey. Yeah, everything's getting pricey. Zwang says, never too much onions or garlic. I agree. Mel says, same, Annette. Cup of coffee and finishing my book. I love it. And Mel says, agreed, Zwank. Just need to make sure to brush teeth after so we don't have rank breath. Unless we just want people to leave us alone. I mean, it could really have multiple benefits. Yeah. Ren says, Molly was a pitcher in another life. Yeah. On another planet. That's superhero powers, man. I'm impressed. All right, here we go.
Super fast. Hold on. Books.
Oh, yes. I'm so sorry. I forgot.
Books.
Distracted.
Some of them are pretty.
We get impromptu book haul.
This is the first one because you know me in finance books, so I had to get a finance book.
Sorry, I'm not putting it on my TBR.
It's fine. I will not show you that one yet. I'll show you this one. This one apparently was novellas, and she bound them all together.
Oh, nice.
So I read anything about from this author. She's like one of my auto buys.
Nice. I own 2 of her books, but I've never read one. That is Armin Trout, right?
Yes.
It's hard to tell with the shadow from your computer. Yep. Yeah. I own 2. I've not read any.
And it has sprayed edges.
Ooh, pretty.
So, I'm excited. This one is, the thing is like, I guess it was originally, the books were called The Prince, The King, and something else. Let me see if they say it. So The Prince, the King, and the Queen. They were separate novellas, but they put them all together and it's like set up. So now it's just like one story.
Nice.
And I'm
Very
like,
cool.
Okay. They have their monthly picks, which apparently I was like, because they were like, well, you have this one. And there was like sci-fi, there was a fantasy, there was a mystery, a children's book, and then there's a romance. And I was like, this one is brightly colored and it has sprayed edges. So we'll take this one. So we're going to try it. I have never read anything by this author, but she's the best-selling author of The Summer of Broken Rules.
Fascinating.
I don't know. The cover's kind of fun too. We're a bad idea, right? Then I had to pick up a new witchy read, so I got The House Witch.
Very cool.
So
I didn't know that was traditionally published now.
Well, this is part of like it's not that one. It's not The House Witch. This is like the like Wiccan.
Oh, it's nonfiction kind of thing.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Then I didn't know this one was a thing, and it's so tiny compared to her other books. But this is Cassandra Clare's The Secrets of Blackthorn Hall, which is part of the Shadowhunters. But each chapter is told in letters from different characters, and this is supposed to take place between. It bridges the gap between the dark artifices and the wicked powers. So I have to read it later on in the series. But I was like, why did we not know about this one? So I got that one. I saved the pretty book for last.
Ooh, Wicked Sea. I heard someone talking about that.
I know. I saw it, and then I was like, yes, please. It has holographic rainbow edges.
So pretty.
The end pages look like that.
Woo.
And they're different on each side. So we have this one, and then we have this one.
Ooh, pretty.
And then the actual book looks like this.
That's super cool.
So I'm like, hi, hello.
I don't care what you're about. You're mine now.
It said something about mermaids. That's all I need to know. It's beneath the sea, a heart beckons. So it has mermaids and the god of death. And need I say more? I will read it and let you know. But that's all I got.
I love it.
Way too many.
Mel says, I love how Kitty, Brady is his name, if you're curious. So I love how Brady is just so comfy on you, Kelly, right? If he didn't shed and I have to wipe all the hair off of my nose, I would hold him more. But that's why this is the cat I stole from my best friend. As in, I watched him while they were selling their house and went out of town. And he's like this at my house. At her house, he's crazy. He can't settle down. He like runs and attacks people. And at my house, so I was like, can I keep him? I didn't even want another cat. But how can you say no when the cat is like, he feels safer here for whatever reason? By the way, like I said before, when I told this story before, they have 2 cats that are perfectly safe and happy at their house. This cat just wasn't doing it. This cat was just not happy over there. So she was like, yeah, I mean, you know what? We wanted to get another dog. So I guess if we don't have the cat, we can get another dog. And they did. So Brady, who only likes me, if anyone picks him up, he complains and yells, but he doesn't attack anymore.
That's Ralphie. Ralphie does that with me.
Yep. So
something about that type of cat.
Yeah. Choose one person and then that's it.
Mm-hmm.
He's really cute. He's not going to like it when I have to put him down, but I'm going to have to. Let's see.
It's like he's snoozing.
Yeah, he is. He's purring so loud, though. Mel says, me too, Mel, about the kitty cat. And Swank says, it's just me and my cat, and his breath already stinks. So fair is fair. That's right, Swank. Fair is fair. Mel laughs. And Ren says, Walters wrote K.L. Walters wrote the Summer of Broken Rules, right? I don't know.
That's what it says on the cover of
There
this
you go.
one.
Molly says 4 feet of snow, 90-mile-per-hour winds incoming for California and Nevada. What?
No,
What?
thank you.
Oh, no, that's not okay. It's freaking April. Ren says, I think that's one was like a Martha's Vineyard type of romance. They think that was the one that you bought is a Martha Vineyard's romance. Ren says, funnily enough, still haven't read anything from Cassandra Clare yet. Yeah, I'm not in. I won't. You know how people have auto buy authors? Yeah, Cassandra Clare's an auto not touching author for me. Mel says, that baby is knocked out. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, kind of. He's still purring though, and he's still moving every time there's a noise. So, but he's as knocked out as a cat ever gets, right? You know how they don't really settle, right?
Doesn't say Martha's Vineyard, but it does say Connecticut. And it has
Connecticut is not Martha's Vineyard, so
it has fake dating, so I don't know.
Maybe the other one
was
book. Martha Vineyard. Yeah. And Ren says, very pretty. Molly says, can I see the font size and Wicked Sea, Alicia? Oh, yeah, open up Wicked Sea. Let's see how big it is. And Mel says, Brady, I love it. And Ren says, Summer of Broken Rule is Martha's Vineyard, I think. Gotcha. That book might be the same. Probably the same kind of feel, just, so it's in Connecticut, but so still, rich people probably. Oh, looks normal. Not really big. I was expecting big, but nope, just normal font size.
It is, let me see how many pages. That's the acknowledgements. 426 pages. Yeah.
Oh. All right. I know. I love you, but I'm going to put you down now. I'm going to put you down now. Go on.
Be like, okay, bye.
Pulling hair out of everything for the next.
However long.
He can't help he sheds. It's not his fault. All right. We're about ready. Let's see. Swank says, Molly, April Fool's Day has already passed, right? Mel, where are you? Aren't you out there in California? I know Kiana is. But it's probably like Northern California, right? Because you said California, and it's not like it's going to hit LA. You know what I mean? So it's probably Northern California and Nevada. Molly says, gosh, I want that, but not sure about font size. Oh, is it too small? All right. Here we go. Second sprint. And there is our second sprint, and I made it to 81% in Murder at Cinnamon Falls. It's okay. How'd you do, Alicia?
I did something before this, but then I remembered that I had to package up a Pango order, and my old journal say box was perfect size.
Perfect.
So I will slap the label on it, and they'll get a pretty box with their books.
Very nice. Very nice. I love it. I love it. I love it. You should put your Pango link in the chat in case anyone wants any of your books.
I can do that.
And let's see how everyone else did. And Mel says, nope, Mel is not in California. Mel is in Pennsylvania in the mountains. Yeah, I had you on the totally wrong end of the country. I will remember for next time.
That's
Swing says, Mel, my family is from Berwick, Pennsylvania. Ooh. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said that's the opposite end of the coast there.
Yep. Total opposite end of the country. Wrong side. And Jean says, good morning, Kelly and Alicia. Good morning, Jean. How are you feeling today? I'm supposed to go with old co-workers for lunch, but I have a headache. Ugh, I'm sorry. Your head does not like you. It's very mean. It's very mean. Molly says, oh, Jean, sad face. Jean says, it's supposed to rain this afternoon. My head is very impacted by barometric pressure. Yeah, that is pretty frustrating. Mel says, finish the Blue Book of Nebo. Still need to make a cup of coffee. Decided to make some cookies as well. I mean, cookies and coffee totally goes together. Makes sense to me. And what do you think of Blue Book of Nebo? What do you think? And Zwank says, hi to Jean. And Mel says, wow, Berwick is only 50 minutes away from me. That's awesome. That's right around the corner, man. It's right there. That's pretty cool. And then Alicia has the Pango Books link. So if anyone is looking for some books.
And I also put in the chat that it's currently having a spring cleaning / last chance. So any book that is labeled $2 has to be sold. Otherwise, it gets removed permanently. It will be donated.
Off to donate. Time to go to Little Free Libraries.
Yep.
Ren says, read a journal article for school. Just need to read 3 pages before I'm done with it. Oh, you're so close. Next sprint. You'll be done.
Woohoo.
Alicia says, currently have a spring. Oh, you said about the spring clean. Excellent.
Yep.
And Jean says, the recipient will be surprised and think you upgraded them, Alicia. Yeah, exactly. Right?
It's our choice. That's what we get to do. We can add in, like I put a bookmark in each book. And then when I do the little thank you for the purchase card, then I throw in stickers.
I love it. I love it. Annette says, I had finished my book and had my coffee with some more Easter egg. No egg salad. Like I said, mine are already deviled eggs, so that's how I shall eat them. And nicely done finishing your book, Annette. Congratulations. Ren says, oh, also had a coffee since everyone was having coffee. Jean says, I wish we had Pango here. No Pango in Canada, huh? Ren says, Mel, how was half his age? I just got the audiobook recently. Mel says, I'm waffling between a 3.75, 4 stars for the Blue Book of Nebo. Fair. I really like the writing, but I was expecting the story itself to be a bit more impactful based on reviews. Yeah, I agree. It didn't change my world. But I did enjoy it. So yeah, that's totally fair. I think I ended up giving it 4 stars. But I don't do the 0.75, right? I just do the half stars and then round it for Goodreads. But I do half stars in my own personal thing. So I could see 3.75. Like I said, I enjoyed it because it was short. If that had been longer, I'd been like, oh my God, get to the point, right? But it being short like that, I don't know. There's something appealing about it.
What is with all the...
And Zwink says, Mel, cool. And Ren, Mel, how was... Oh, no, I read that one. It jumped, but it jumped weird. Ren says, also waiting on Rights of the Starling by Devney Perry to be added on my Everand credits this week. Ooh. Mel says half his age was better written than I expected. I read the ebook and I found the character study of our MC to be very interesting. It was uncomfortable to read all the sex scenes between her and him. But yeah, that's pretty impressive. Between her and her teacher, and the ending was a bit lackluster. I would give it a 3.5 on Storygraph and round it up to 4 on Goodreads. I mean, that's not bad for a first book because that's her first fiction title, so not bad. And Vanessa's joined us. Good morning, Vanessa. We're running a little late today, but it is good to see you. And Gina confirms that there is no Pango in Canada. Interesting. Vanessa says, morning pirates are, and Allie says, got some Pride and Prejudice reading done and my blood sugar checked. Excellent. Nicely done. Hopefully you're doing good. Vanessa said, I struggled to get out of bed today. Yeah, I did it because I put my alarm over here, but I'm like already ready for a nap. I don't know what it is. I am tired today. So I'm with you, Vanessa. I don't know why. The sun's out. I've had a good day. I'm more prepared for the cruise than I have been the whole time. So I'm feeling a little better about that. And yet I am freaking exhausted. I even bought a cute dress at Target yesterday. It was so cute. So, and Mel says, nope. Ren says, Alicia is spring the same time as, I forgot how to say that word. Samhain, thank you. Or Yule. No, it's the opposite for us. So our spring is right now.
Yeah, so Samhain is Halloween, and Yule is
Christmas.
like basically the first day of winter for us. And then spring is now.
Is now. Yep. Yeah, spring, I don't know. What do you do for Easter? Is there a witchy thing for Easter, like this time of year?
I mean, there has to be a spring. I don't participate in all of them, but the main ones like Samhain, Yule, I'll do those. Just a little something.
Very nice, very nice. And as Swank says, Vanessa. Mel says, hey, Vanessa. Vanessa says, Swank. And Ren, I just remember you saying you wanted to celebrate both this year. Yep. So that will be in the fall and winter for us.
Yep.
Vanessa says, hi, Mel. And Mel says, I'm going to spend the last sprint catching up on book reviews. I have quite a bit to write. Yeah, but think of how nice the NetGalley percentage is going to look when you do that. Right? It's going to look so nice. Samhain, right? Samhain is Halloween, Ren. Yep. And spring is Ostera.
Yep.
There you go. I didn't know what the spring one was. Spring is not spooky, so they don't make movies about it. That's the only reason I knew when the other two were.
Yeah.
Ren says Yule is around Christmas. Ren says, I love Jeanette McCurdy's writing, but I do struggle with Lolita-esque books. Me too. That's why I didn't pick it up. Especially having kids and it's just not for me. We'll see what she writes next. Vanessa says, I may cancel my sprints today. I'm not feeling it today. Oh, I'm so sorry. I understand now. I understand.
I will miss them. How will I get things done?
You know what? I will check. I will do that right now next sprint, Vanessa. Right now. Priority. Right now. Ren says, Samhain and Yule are cute. The bit far away. Yeah, it's a bit far. Probably mixed it up because my winter is coming. Yeah, exactly. So the movies and stuff about it are in wintertime, right? It's got to be very confusing in the southern hemisphere. I remember when my kids used to listen to the Wiggles, and they're Australian. So when they did their Christmas songs, it was about the beach and stuff, you know? So it was cool because I got to explain to my kids, you know, the tilt of the earth and all that. Like, it was really fun to like talk about that with the kids through a Wiggles song. See, you can teach your kids no matter what's happening.
Yep.
And Ren says, but we don't really celebrate Halloween, really. I cannot imagine Halloween mood in the springtime.
Yeah.
Like they don't go together. You're going to have to start doing some scary stuff at this time of year. You're just going to have to make a new holiday, Ren. So you can do scary stuff at this time of year for you. And Vanessa says, Ren, we do. And Annette says, do you celebrate, I don't know, what's that one, Alicia?
Beltane.
I've heard of that. I've never seen it spelled.
That one is it's May 1st, and it's basically kind of like a in between spring and summer equinox. That one I'll do a little bit of a something for it, but nothing big. It's mainly like the spring equinox, the summer solstice, like the mark of the beginning of each season. I'll do something. And then, of course, like Samhain is basically Witch's New Year for us. So I'll do that. Plus, it's Halloween. So we do the
So
Halloween
it's fun to
festivities.
celebrate anyway. That's right.
Yep.
We'll be at Air Show for Halloween this year, so it'll be very different.
Yep.
Ren says, I like how the names sound, though. Astera sounds expensive. It does sound expensive. It sounds like a diamond or something. Vanessa says, thank you. And Ren, this year's autumn is so fake. It's not autumning, huh? Is it still hot? Ren says, the weather is weird. The leaves are not falling right. Let's just go ahead and start winter. You're like, let's skip ahead. Let's skip ahead. We're actually getting a spring in Houston. It's kind of weird. We don't usually have seasons, but we're starting to. So
ours are she's iffy about whether she wants to participate in Florida because we get the 70s, but then we also have 80s, and we're also getting rain. We usually don't get rain until rainy season, so which is like June for us. So she's coming a little early.
Yeah.
I don't know what she's doing.
Well, her hormones are all off because we're fucking with her. That's what that is.
That's true.
And Zwank says, for South Africa, you've got to wait for Summerween. There you go. There's a whole bunch of horror thriller things that people do in the summer. That would actually fit your weather better.
There you go.
That's actually a good point. Vanessa's like, Summerween. Ren said, it's so hot. Yeah, I'm so sorry, Ren. I had to go at that last sprint and put socks on because my feet are cold.
I'm about to take my jacket off because, like, I might actually get dressed so I can take my jacket off because I'm starting to like get hot. Just like, damn it.
Yeah, there's no comfort. We just got to go back and forth.
Yep.
And Mayday for Beltane. Thank you, Swank. And Ren says, I want to wear my sweaters, but I'm sweating. You're like, come on, it's winter. I don't even own sweaters anymore. I mean, it's just too hot in Houston. No sweaters. Molly says, hiya, Vanessa. All right. Let's start our last sprint, and I can get to that email for Vanessa, and then I will go back to reading. Here we go. Last one. Make it count. And there was our last sprint. And I actually got done the thing I needed to get done for Vanessa for Multiverse. So very excited. So, yay! How'd you do, Alicia?
I got dressed. And I made a to-do list. And then I went down a rabbit hole of Pinterest.
Nice. I never got into Pinterest because the problem is looking at all those pretty things. I'm not a looker, I'm a doer. So when I see them, I then want to do them. But then it costs me money. So I was like, all right, I'm getting off Pinterest.
I use a lot of it for inspiration. Especially when I'm trying to set up like my reading journals and things. I want to look at different types of spreads. So that's what I was doing.
Nice. Let's see how chat did. Got past Summerween.
I think
It
the
says
highest.
Annette says we pronounce it Baltina. Baltina. I don't know where the accent goes. From the Irish language, and traditionally it's the start of summer here. Nice. And Vanessa says, hey, Molly. So do you do it later, or is that also May 1st?
Ours is May 1st.
And Ren says, people have their Halloween parties at night when it's more chilly anyways, so they at least get the spooky vibes. There you go. There you go. Molly says, woot party time. And Christina joined us. Good morning, Christina. How are you? It says, good morning, Kelly and Alicia. Christina says, remember to hydrate, feed thyself, save progress, laundry, take meds, stretch, and show some love to the like button. Also, make sure you sub and ring that bell so you hopefully get notified. Yes, please do. Come with us in the mornings. Molly says hi to Christina. And Larry has C. diff. Oh no, poor Larry. I don't know what any of that means. I'm sorry. Vanessa says, thank you, Kelly. Thank you for reminding me again. I'm so sorry. I need so much hand holding sometimes. But I got it. I always, if I'm not sure what to do, it always throws me off for a minute. So I have to like get into it. And when I'm anticipating one event, I can't think of another one. And that's the thing. This cruise has really got my brain. It being the first time makes it harder. You know what I mean? Let's see. And Allie, I mean, that's one thing the drugs are supposed to help with. Allie says, I got another page of Pride and Prejudice read and the rest of my morning routine done. Nicely done. Good job, Allie. Vanessa said, also officially canceled today's sprints. Hey, it's all good, man. Sometimes you got to take care of yourself. So I get it. We have a BookTube Bible. We can find somewhere else to go for anyone who needs more sprints today. Ren says, made it to 60% in Heir of Fire and finished reading my journal article. Nicely done. And Christina says, hey, Vanessa, Molly. Molly says, can you get some rest then, Vanessa? Right? Let's hope so. Ren, thanks for sprints. Kelly and Alicia. Let's face it, though. There's other work you can do. It's different than being on the screen, right? You know, so that's a different kind of energy. So.
Yep.
And Ren says, thanks for sprints, Kelly and Alicia. Swank, morning, mama. And Allie says, do what you need for you. We'll always be here for sprints when you feel like it. Exactly. And Mel says, made coffee and wrote 3 book reviews. Ooh, now that was productive. Nicely done. I hope to write 2 today because I hope to finish 2 of these books. Allie says, no, I read that one. And Allie says, thanks for sprints, Kelly and Alicia. Absolutely. Thank you for being here. Christina says, thanks for letting us know, Vanessa. And morning, Swank. Swank says, I finished my daily help books and cleaned out my emails. Doesn't that feel good to do? I had some like old emails in my back office email. So I had to go through it because a lot of those are just things letting me know things that I already know. So sometimes I'm like, I don't have time for that right now. So I went through and like deleted all of them and that felt really good. I wish I could if I could have just marked it as all read, but I couldn't figure out how to do that on Outlook. I would have just left them because they're not hurting anything, but I don't need to click on every single one. Mel says, one of the reviews I wrote was Everything Was Beautiful and Nothing Hurt by Ben Reeves, which I highly, highly recommend. Ooh, let's look that one up. Everything Was Beautiful.
Also, Beltane is in May, whereas our summer solstice is that, but it's also Litha, which happens around the 20th of June. I had to look it up to be sure.
All right, I'm going to add that to want to read. Everything Was Beautiful and Nothing Hurt. That does look good. Heck, it's got a 4.29 right now. It's not out yet, though, so usually, the ratings are higher before it comes out. But I trust you, Mel. Where are we? Jenna's calling me. All right, give me 5 seconds. We're almost done. Let's see. And Vanessa says, Molly, I'm just not feeling the streaming, not really going to rest, still going to work. Just don't feel like being super outgoing today. Yep, I get that.
Yeah.
Mel says, Christina Bay. And Alicia, Shannon Sprints are on there. Thank you for giving us options. And for more Sprinty fun, don't forget to click that BookTube Bible. And looks like Vanessa's on also. Alicia put that one in there. And Christina says, yeah, the other Vanessa. I am working on that today. Christina says, excellent. And Swank, Vanessa, you do you, boo.
Mm-hmm.
And hearts from Vanessa. And Christina put it up too. And Paula's. And Annette says, it's May 1st here. Traditionally, our seasons are spring from February 1st, summer from May 1st, autumn from August 1st, and winter from November 1st. Ah, gotcha. The equinoxes are the midpoints rather than the beginnings. Gotcha. That's interesting.
Ours are spring.
Actually makes more sense.
It's usually on the 20th of every month. Not every month, but like like March, June, September, and December.
Very nice. Swank says, thanks for sprint. See you tomorrow morning. Annette says, thanks for the sprints. Absolutely. Thank y'all for being here. And Jessica Kiwi just joined. Morning, Jessica Kiwi, but we are leaving, so please don't be offended. You didn't chase us away. We're running late today, so at least we got to see you. And Mel says, Alicia, I love your Luke's t-shirt. And hey, Jessica Kiwi says, Neo woke me up this morning. Have a good scratch at the carpet. Ugh, drives me batty. And Christina, good morning, Mel. Morning, Jessica Kiwi. Mel says, thanks for the sprints. Absolutely. Thanks for being here and for your good recommendations. Jean says, I rescheduled lunch. Oh, good. So you can still have lunch when your headache goes away.
There you go.
Christina said, thanks for hosting today. Glad I caught you. Me too. It was good seeing you, Christina. Say progress. Hydrate. And Vanessa, thanks so much for sprints. Absolutely. Jean says, thanks for sprints. And Jessica Kiwi, technically, that's how our seasons work by the 1st. Very cool. And Jean says, I might have Chatty without me. And Christina says, morning, Jean. Excellent. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. And we're going to run out of here. I'm going to see what my daughter needs for me today. And maybe we'll play hooky again. All right. We'll see y'all later.